What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another Tirpitz gameplay video. Wasn't initially my intention to bring another Tirpitz video so soon after the last one where I made the 803,000 credits, but this was a pretty good game, and in terms of damage, raw actual damage, this is the best Tirpitz game that I have played to date. Now, as you can see, I am in a division. This is with one of my subscribers. He's got a Dutch name, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. But he said, when he initially chatted to me about squadding up, he was like, yeah, most people call me Johnny. So Johnny and I are heading over towards, the 1-2 line, best kind of place for a battleship. Now, it is a replay, unfortunately. Basically, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to record like all the audio and that, because I like to record the gameplay with Shadowplay, audios with Audacity, so I'll have to run that as well and sync it all up. And so I was playing with him and I just wasn't recording, and then this turned out to be a pretty good game. So we're going to use the replay. But before we get into the action, I have a little question for you guys. Currently, I am sitting with about 81,000 free experience that I can use. I've currently got just over 14 million credits in the old World of Warships bank account. So let me ask you, what ship do you guys want to see next? Now here I'm just slowing down so you can catch up a little bit. But the reason I ask is because of this the 3 times XP bonus weekend for the first win of the day. I've actually closed in quite quickly on the Montana. I was going to use this free experience for Montana, but I'm not going to need to. And here we got our first target, Cleveland, at 13 kilometers away. But I currently only need about 20,000 XP for Montana, so I'm not going to bother with free XPing that. But obviously then there's the cost. I still am about 7 million short, and we land 3 hits in a citadel for 22,000 damage straight off the bat, which is not bad at all. So kind of saving for that anyway. That will probably be the next ship I buy, but then after that I'm still going to have, this 80,000 free experience. So what should I use it on? Should I use it to skip the rest of the grind in Amagi because I'm not really enjoying it, and get Izumo, although that will require me to then earn another 15 or 16 million after I've bought the Montana and kitted it out? Should I skip Aoba and get Miyoko? What do you guys think I should do? Which of those would you prefer to see next? I mean, if you really don't want to see Montana, I can even just get Izumo right now. But that's a lot of money and I'm so close, so I might just, completely ignore you guys and do it anyway. So let me know in the comments down below what ship you kind of want to see next. I still need to bring you a Pensacola video. I've bought it at stock. I haven't taken it out yet. I have like a phobia against stock ships. So we're taking some shots at the Tirpitz now that he's flattened out a little bit, and I think the salvo actually was pretty good and did some pretty decent damage. No, not that one. Okay, but there are some good salvos coming up on this Magic Silver. But yeah, I got kind of a phobia about using stock ships. I don't really enjoy doing it, especially in something like the Pensacola where stock you actually have less guns, which is always a bit of a bother. I think if Pensacola still had the 10 guns, 10 8-inch guns, I wouldn't be as concerned about using it. And was this the salvo? Replay lag didn't exactly allow me to see, but I think it was a fairly decent one. But yeah, so we're going to be pushing the Samagi and this Tirpitz for a bit. This Tirpitz is absolutely screwed. He's got 3 battleships firing on him, 3 cruisers, and we got some torpedoes coming in from, and there we go, there's the good salvo, 5 hits for just under 14,000 damage. And that destroyer almost had a good salvo on his hands. Just needed to give me a little bit more lead, and I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it because I had been sailing in a straight line for a little bit too long. And we're trying to turn in a bit and get a bit of more of an angle for our armor, and we do manage to only take those 2 hits or something for about 3,000 damage. We get another 6 hits for 10, just under 11,000, so not bad at all. And he's now down to 5,700 health. He's burning, so he will be out of this match very soon. And there we go. So now we got this Amagi at 15.5 who is running for his life, and I can hardly blame him. And I don't think we're going to get any really good hits on him, but we're going to chase him a bit, and in a few minutes time we are going to turn around and go back to B, because the enemy is going to cap it. Most of their team went the other way, and initially I was like, no, we got to go back, we got to go and defend B, because if they cap it we're going to lose. But then I was like, oh no, wait, this is actually domination, not a standard battle. So all that's going to happen is we will lose points if we haven't captured their point. But I think we do that as well. As you can see, we got some cruisers pushing through. The Samagi is putting some hurt on us. But we're keeping angled, we're keeping a small target for him, so he can't really get any serious shots on us. I actually had quite an interesting moment with an Amagi earlier today. Also on this map, I had spawned, my team had spawned in the north, enemy team in the south. I came to the same side, and he's going to take one torpedo, so he's down to 44,000 health. But I came to the side, had very little support, like 70% of my team. It was a domination, so the 4 capture points. But like 70% of my team decided that the best use of their abilities was to go and all try and capture D. The one in the F10, because that's the most vital point on this map. So we were outnumbered, and I was trying to turn around and get out of there, and Amagi absolutely wrecked my Tirpitz in 2 salvos. I was unable to get the angle I wanted against him because of torpedoes. They were forcing me to give him more of a flat broadside. And at 15 kilometers, this guy just citadeled me twice, I think in the first salvo, and a few more times in the second salvo, and that was me out. And I was quite impressed with that guy's gunnery, because it was damn fine shooting. I know from experience how difficult these things are to citadel. So, as you can see, we have now turned around. We are heading back to B. We get 2 hits for 7,500 damage on the Amagi. But you can see there's some serious numbers down there, because, obviously they didn't come this way. So, they're all over, around our capture point. We have now managed to capture their point, but they're returning the favor. So, we've effectively just swapped capture points. So Johnny is turned around behind me. This North Carolina is going to turn around soon, and within the next couple of seconds, or the next minute or so, we're going to start seeing all of the enemies popping up on the minimap, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting, and we're going to do some good work on the enemy and get some good medals and some very, very good damage. And we got this Atlanta at 15 kilometers. This is something that I really want to try and get out of the picture very quickly, because obviously that super fast reload rate just means that he can burn you to death. And we get 3 hits for about 5,000 damage or so, which is not too bad. And I've slowed down a little bit just so that I don't close the distance too quickly on all of these cruisers, because obviously we all know that if cruisers work together and focus a battleship down, their high explosive will just set so many fires, and yeah, his life will be over very quickly. And we get another hit for 1100, and you can just see the rate of fire from this Atlanta. The shells are just not stopping, but we are missing most of them with some sneaky maneuvering. In all fairness, this guy's accuracy wasn't terribly good. It does have a similar problem to the Cleveland, where the shells hang in the air for a long time, but I would have thought that less than 10 kilometers, he would have been a bit more accurate than he is. And those shells are on target. They're looking pretty good. We get a citadel and we finish him off for just under 6,000 damage. Now I've turned around here because, again, closing in, there's too many cruisers around. I don't really fancy my chances getting focused down by Cleveland and a Miyoko and their battleship that's a bit further back behind the smoke screen at the moment, not to mention torpedoes coming in. So we're going to take the shots at the Miyoko with our rear guns while our front turrets still turn around. And those shells were looking pretty good, but I didn't check the mini-map before taking that shot, and it looked like he was sailing a bit towards me rather than a bit away. So my aim, I aimed a little bit too far down. So we're not going to repeat that mistake this time. We're going to fire the front two guns a little higher, but this time, and now he is turning away. So we narrowly miss. And those shots were stupid. Those were bad shots. I'm not entirely sure what I was thinking. Not nearly enough lead, so they just harmlessly, splash into the water. And this Cleveland is determined to remove me, even though there's now North Carolina closer to him than I am. And we're going to try and consider taking some shots, but unfortunately he goes behind the mountain. And now you can see my division squad mate, whatever you want to call it, is being focused down by Miyoko, Cleveland, and Tirpitz. He's on fire. He does take one torpedo there, which obviously doesn't help. I've fired 3 of my 4 guns at the Miyoko. I'm going to fire the other gun at the Cleveland. We get another citadel doing 12,500 damage, and single hit on the Cleveland. Nothing too special there. And I'm trying to kind of get in the way and push a little bit forward to try and become the focus of attention. But he's just burning too much. And unfortunately, he's not long for this world. And these shells on the Cleveland were looking pretty good, but not enough elevation. Taking my torpedo tubes out, but not really care. I'm not within range of using them. We do 4,000 damage there, and now we're the one on fire and burning. I haven't had to heal up yet, although I probably could have, but I haven't yet, so I've still got those 3 charges. And these shells on the Cleveland, I think we're pretty good. 4 hits for 9,000, so yeah, not bad at all. And unfortunately, as you saw there, Johnny's on very low health, and there he goes. His repair party wasn't able to get in on the action in time, and we do 2,000 damage and take the Cleveland down to a measly 900 health. So we got 3 guns ready. We're going to switch our target to the Tirpitz, and now we got 2 very low health cruisers in front of us. We do 7,500 damage to the Tirpitz with 5 hits, and now we're just waiting for the guns to reload, and then we're going to focus our attention on these 2 cruisers. And the Miyoko is first up. We're going to take 1 shot at him, another shot at the Cleveland. We just, we get a citadel as well for 2,700 damage. We're on fire again, and there we go. We get that and get double strike. So now it is time to turn our attention to the Tirpitz. We've slowed right down so that we can get an angle on our armor before we take any big hits from him. He is giving us a nice broad target, so we're going to turn away a little bit just to bring all 4 guns to bear. We do obviously have to keep in mind, and then we do 21,000 damage with 6 hits and get Confederate. And we've got to keep in mind that we are within torpedo range. He never actually launches them, which is strange. And again, we're turning around now, turning away, just flattening out a little bit, just so we can get all 4 guns on target. And we fire away, and 6 hits for 9,000, and that gets us high caliber. So we've got double strike, Confederate, and high caliber. And we turn back in. We take 7,000 damage from him, but we can live with it. And I mean, he was at like 50,000 when this engagement began. He's now down to 20. We have more health than he does. And we're just gonna, he's keeping all his guns on target, and we're just making sure that we keep an angle on our armor. And those ones landed a little bit short, which was unfortunate. We're turning away again, flattening out to get our rear turrets on target. We fire those off, and we get 3 hits for 3,700, and he is dead. So they have retaken A, so we've actually been losing points because we haven't had a cap point, but now we're going to head in and retake B. I don't think there is a whole lot of action from now on, so I'm going to cut it here, and I'll resume the video if something exciting happens, but otherwise I'll see you at the results, because I don't remember if there was anything more, but in case there's, you'll see it, but if not, I'll see you guys at the results. And indeed, that was it. We did take some shots at the enemy destroyer, but we were at about 16 kilometers, so we didn't manage to hit him. But as you can see, not a bad game. Not as brilliant in terms of 800,000 silver. But again, you're going to see why sometimes the amount of silver you win is not always in proportion to how you perform. Because as you can see, we got 66 target hits, destroyed 3 enemy vessels, got 4 citadel hits, earning us 558,000 silver, 11,000 research, because obviously this was a ×3. We got double strike, Confederate, and high caliber. We came first place on the team with 2,457 base experience. Nagato came first on the enemy team, just over 1,000. And then onto the detailed report, 159,932 armor piercing damage from 62 penetrations. So why do I earn nearly 300,000 less when I've done about 30,000 more damage? But anyway, not a bad game. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it, and the Tirpitz is always good fun to play, and this is coming in very handy right now as I try to work towards that 20.8 million credits I need for Montana. But anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button, and maybe consider subscribing for more World of Warships content, as well as War Thunder and a few other things that I've thrown into the mix from time to time. Also, be sure to check the description down below for links to my Facebook and my Twitter pages, and also the email address that you guys can send replays to if you have a really awesome game and you'd like me to feature it on my channel. But as I said, that's it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. Predator 458 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.